Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank God it's Friday. Welcome to the Boom Bar. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Ola Telepa. You know, the one and only. What? See, this jealousy cannot help you. It cannot help you. I'm just, what's the word now? I am giving you friendly advice.
It's got to be jealousy, right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is.
Before you think this show is about jealousy, just wait for a minute. Don't go anywhere. Wait, don't go. It's not. It's the Boom Bar. And what we do here is talk, discuss, prefer solutions, and center our lives and discussions around music, sports, politics, and everything in between. Everything in between. And of course, in this case, everything in between is
anything.
And anything goes. It's political season in Nigeria, so we'll be dabbling into politics later. But on Fridays, we usually go light on the politics and go heavy on the music.
It is New Music Friday. We know that from the beginning of for a while now, it's been like an unspoken rule that a lot of music is released on Friday. But it looks like this week people did not want to wait till Friday. It was back to back to back. From the beginning of this week, we had just got a lot of music. Very interesting, very interesting times that we've seen around, and that we're going to be starting this New Music Friday with I would say maybe the most anticipated album in Nigeria. Wizkid, that's Wizkid's album, More Love, Less Ego. MLLE.
That is hashtag.
What I'm guessing everybody has been talking about. It's been trending all day though. We know it was supposed to get released a few days before, and then he had pushed it. There were a lot of speculations that it had to do with Davido losing his child. You know, there was a lot of speculations around it, but the video is the album is officially out now. More love, less ego. Hashtag MLLE.
Yes, and even from the title, you start to feel the vibe, and it translates to the album, the entire album. It's about love and things related to love. It just permeates and just seeps through.
Okay, so what do you think about the album? Let me know.
What do I think? I like the album. And it's not me just trying to play safe or anything. I actually started listening to this album at about 2 a.m. I lie. It's about 3 a.m. and I really and truly listened to every single song on that album, and I do like the album. Like you said, there are a couple of features, and I like the one with the Jamaican artist Shanshi, and there's is it Dill King or one of the other guys now? So I'll get that name before we leave though. So that is a nice collaboration. And it gave the album a different vibe. The Jamaican guys brought their own flavor and everything.
Yeah,
and again, there's another song with Skepta and I think it's titled Wow, with Skepta and Nobel Gang president Naira Marley. That's another kind of flow again, another kind of vibe, another kind of song.
Oh yeah, that was a very. But for me, I think what's the second song on that album?
Is it the Balance one?
Balance.
I know you were going to talk about that.
Yes, it was. I think it was a very nice song for me. Even though we had talked about this earlier, and I said that it kind of sounds a lot like the album sounds like Wizkid. It's a very nice feel-good album. Like you're driving and you just keep the album with you. Yeah, you have a long drive. To me, that's the kind of album it is. But I don't know. It's not doing. Maybe I was more expectant than this, but it kind of had almost the same flow for me.
Well, it didn't for me. Again, there's another song produced by Jules, and that's a different flow. And how would you forget the collaboration with Ira Star? And of course that's a different kind of rhythm and flow. I think what he's done is to really show us his level of maturity. Wheezy, every album takes him to a different realm.
It does.
And you might fall into the trap that a lot of people fell in with his previous albums, especially when he just drops it and people are like, why did we do this? Then before you know it, there's just one song that creeps up on you. Before you know it, there's a second one and a third one. But for the diehard Wheezy fans, like the people who really are into, Wizkid, they don't waste time at all.
Oh no, they don't. No, they don't.
And if you look at the numbers that it's been running since midnight,
it's doing amazing. I think that also, like you said, I think it's a lot about the fans and what people. I think that if Wizkid says la 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 for 5 minutes and he releases it, it will still blow. I think that's the point where he is now. I do not taking anything away from his music. I think that, like I said, I think he's at a point where it's just feel good music. But I was expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, again, your opinion, I always say, is valid because we see things differently. This is what makes the world a good place and a better place, because you must be able to look at everybody's angle and perspective. And that's why I say that if we're going to do this, it's always good to listen to the song or songs more than once.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you don't like it. There's nothing anybody can do. And even the Wizkid himself doesn't care. His own is that he has done the music for his people.
Exactly.
And he's always going to be a global hit because that's how big Wiz is. It's a few days to his biggest show in America. We're counting down to Wiz's Madison Square Garden show and all of that. I think it's somewhere in Europe as we speak. Is it Paris or so? The man is still churning out, and you can just imagine for the next couple of months now, these are the songs that people are going to be
listening to a lot. So yeah, it makes sense.
It was the same feeling when he dropped Made in Lagos. A lot of people, before look at the numbers, look at what he's done with
the numbers are doing amazing.
It's the first album or first product by any African artist that spent 2 years on the Billboard chart, non-stop, uninterrupted, back to back like that. So on that note and other notes, I'm really excited about this album, and I want to check out what's happening in a week from now, bearing in mind that a lot of people drop songs today and even albums. Ghanaian star Sarkodie dropped an album, Bring It Back Home to Nigeria. Vector the finally TESLIM.
Yeah, finally released TESLIM as well. I listened to about 5-6 songs. I've not listened to everything, but it's how do I say it? It's the Vector, like it didn't I particularly like his song, the song he had with Ladipo. Yeah, I like the way Ladipo just crept up on that song. It was actually a few times that we've heard both of them. I know that they're actually a very good match. They're both, for me, fantastic rappers, and they did really well on that song. We know that he's also huge. He and Seun Kuti are also like really big. I wasn't surprised with collaborations. There was Eriga on that album. We know that they all actually work together as well. So yeah, it's Vector. Basically, that album is Vector.
Vector the Viper. So go check it out. It's out now. TESLIM on all streaming
and
platforms.
I think there was one that there was a remix of an old song. What's that? Yeah. That the person he featured gave a whole different vibe to that song. It was actually not. It's not a bad album as well. So yeah, those are two albums that you can go through this weekend, and you will definitely you will catch them on boomradio.com.ng from today at 5 p.m. That's new music, Niger, right here. And moving on from that, still talking about music. Oh God, there's a lot of music. And I saw a tweet today that someone I think who released music a few days ago that got to number 1.
Tiwa Savage and
no.
Asake
Before Asake
did Loaded.
Before
then the Mavins dropped.
and it was I can't remember who it was.
Then
that I think that someone said that Asake gave somebody number 1 on top. What's it called on the chart for like a day or two, and then he came back to just bounce everybody again. Right now Asake is the king of number 1, and of course it is with. It's Tiwa Savage song, the song he had with Tiwa Savage, Loaded.
Beautiful song.
Yes, it was
beautiful video.
It's a beautiful video. Recently, there's there's a bit of different vibe from Tiwa, but I think she definitely needed this collaboration. Collaboration, she needed it, and it's doing amazing. I saw a stat yesterday that she's the very first Nigerian artist. I'm not sure about if it's African or first Nigerian that in less than 24 hours she got over 1 million views on that video
on YouTube.
On YouTube, it's the first. Nobody's ever done that as
this morning. It was on 3.7 million views.
It's and I like
YouTube.
I think I like the fact that they released the video immediately as well. The song is nice. It's actually nice.
Yes.
Let's not someone
tweeted, I saw a tweet from someone. I said that Asake is that student that would open his exam sheets during exams for his classmates to copy because he knows everything. And he wants everybody to pass through.
I think that it was...
I'm not going to lie, because a lot of songs coming out now, you will find even artists that had come out before Asake trying to sing like him.
Yes, I agree. I agree with you. It's a very...
There's even a top African artist that has actually dubbed Asake. The guy is very popular. Mm-hmm. He dropped a new song again this Friday, but I'm not going to mention it. It's stolen Ashake's flow and everything.
But if you are not it, you're not it. It's just not it. So shout out to those people. That is a beautiful song for the weekend. And also something that you had mentioned, Mavins. The Mavins also dropped this earlier in the week. Wondamo.
Yeah, Wondamo.
What do you think about this song?
I have listened to that song once, and I need to listen more.
Oh, I've listened like 2 or 3 times just to convince myself.
I cannot compare it to the Overdose that the same set of people dropped a couple of weeks ago, or should I say months now. And I'm gonna sit out and wait and see what is going to or not.
On this one, I'd actually purposely listened to this about 2-3 times just to be sure that what I was listening to was I wasn't being biased or anything. I don't think it's the best of their work yet. And especially we know that this is a compilation album. This is an album from them. Now, the funny thing with this for me is that remember that this is not the first Mavin album. And not just from this new set of people. There is an older set of Mavin that it was an album, and the album did beautifully. It was the ones with One Day Cole, with Tiwa Savage, with the Prince. I think that this particular one, I personally would, when the album comes out, I would want to do a bit of comparison with that old one. There is already that, which I think was a fantastic album. It had Dr. Seed on that album. So, and then remember there was also another set again that had the Ricardo, that had the DJ, that had
I'm
Korede
not sure it was
Bello.
an album, but they had a couple of songs.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think there was an album. But I would look into
But
that.
they did have a couple of songs.
So there's a lot.
There was Adaugo.
There's a lot coming from that from
There
Mavin.
was Jantamanta.
Yeah, that's true. Do you understand? So I feel that they have very heavy shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Very, very big shoes to fill. So I'm not sure this particular song is doing it for me yet, but I'll hold my breath and see the rest of the songs that come out from this particular one. We know that Mavin, they do amazing music, so we'll see that. Another person that had 2 songs for us this Friday is LarryGaaga.
LarryGaaga.
And the funny thing, the first song, LarryGaaga and Black Sherif, we know that Black Sherif, the song that came out, did amazing in Nigeria. Especially, I think it was the catchy phrase that really got people. Yeah. And funny thing is that his whole album, I think of that song, his whole album actually did really well. I think I can pick 1 or 2 songs that I really liked. I was not really so much of a fan of the whole album, which I'm when it comes to Black Sherif, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm not there yet, but with this song with LarryGaaga, I think I'm officially sold.
All right, that's good. That's massive. I like Black Sherif a lot. I like the way he has grown in such a short time. Like the way he has been consistent over this period of time too, and the way he is seamlessly, working with artists regardless of where they're from. Is
no, these days. Let's be honest with you. Let's be honest with ourselves. 2 things that I think that we cannot deny is that for you to be big or for you to want to get to a certain level, you need to collaborate.
Oh yeah,
whichever way. Also, with African artists, your collaboration, a lot of it. Allow me to gloat. Should involve Nigerian artists.
I was at
just putting it out there.
Moto Imbo's Sports Impact Africa event last week, and something that I've always believed in all my life, my professional life. Someone said it, put it in a very, very succinct way. He said, collaboration is the new competition. Like collaboration is the new thing. Like instead of me competing against another radio station, another presenter, I would rather collaborate with the person. And you see, like dolupo pointed out, Nigerian music now is all the rave. Like it's really that and a bag of chips, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you can coast in on it. For a couple of weeks and months, we were all riled up by the Ghanaian artist Shatawale, only for him to come to Nigeria to do a show.
Yeah.
You don't need Nigerian fans. You don't blah. Then you still
don't have a choice.
You brought Burna Boy to your show, and it's all love and blah. But you see, we all knew what you were doing from the get, and that's why we decided to call him out too. But whatever it is, it's better that there's a song on Wizkid's album, the one that has the Jamaican artist, and I pictured the Shatawale on that song. I'm like, this won't be a bad combo.
It would have been a bad
you see,
combo,
this would have been you, but you
this would have been you, but you decided to be you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I personally am recommending this. You need to go and listen to LarryGaaga and Black Sherif. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. Letter from Overseas, very nice song. Also, the one with Tubaba, the Kabal, featuring Falz, Mad Over Heels. I think that
I even thought that was your former neighbor, but that one is Kabal.
You are going to do this right here.
Where else? We're talking.
Oh my God!
We're talking new music.
You Paul, assume you did not hear that.
I'm here.
Maybe one day, maybe on the bar, yeah, that conversation. Maybe we would have to discuss.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. What? But you brought it up.
It's not even worth it. Yeah, the one that you are pushing it.
Anyway, so Mad Over Heels is I think that Tubaba is not going anywhere anytime soon. His voice on song does it, especially when he's the one singing the hook. Yeah, it's very nice. Falz also did a thing on it. Now I heard a lot of the Falz that I kind of like. So I think this one it's really nice. Really, I think that there's almost no song that LarryGaaga owns that you actually don't like.
The man doesn't have a bad song.
Let's be honest. Really, it's another one which I don't know why it skipped my mind. I thought I was going to listen to this song, but I did not. Is the Cavemen.
Yeah, Adaugo.
I don't know why. Funny thing.
But you had a bit of it.
Yeah, just like a tiny bit. I turned and I was going to, and I just. Looking at it now, it just clicked.
So I listened to the Cavemen, Adaugo, and if you like, I like the new version of it that this amazing artists are pushing.
Mm-hmm.
You want to listen to Adaugo.
Oh yeah,
it's a beautiful song. It's well written. It has a nice
feel to it
and flow. It's feel good even if it's not fast or up tempo. I know it's a nice song, and I think you should go check out.
You should go check it out, definitely.
And their new song.
Definitely go check that out. Timaya gave us Sweet Us. And the only thing that...
We need to talk about that song.
The only thing that he came to my mind was, was this song...
Isn't this someone's song?
For... The only thing I remembered or clicked in my head is Governor Uche.
And his band.
Which that band probably owns the song.
Well, hopefully someone will come out to tell us, because I see this sweet.
That's the only thing when you hear that is Governor Uche and his band. That's the only thing that you. So I'm like, this person just picked up this song.
Well, except they're going to tell us that Timaya is the original owner, or he got the rights to sing that song. Yeah. Or he just jumped on it. I don't understand.
I don't know. Yeah.
I love Timaya a lot. He's an amazing artist. From Plantain Boy to Shagan Your Bum Bum and everything. I love Timaya, but this one, the only issue it's actually a nice song, but the instant I saw Sweet Us, I'm
like, okay, what's happening
here?
What's happening here?
Can don't really show
Exactly, that's the thing. So we'll see how that works. There's a lot of songs, but let's just go
Maleek Berry and
quickly. Maleek Berry,
don't be like that.
Maleek Berry's My Way.
He's back. Maleek
is back. We know that. I saw a post from him that this is the first song from his upcoming album, which I think it's not a bad song when you listen to it. And like I said, it's Maleek Berry. It was a really nice song. I just hope that the song, JLo's song that he sampled, was done properly. Even though I get it that people sample people's songs, you can
take one or two lines.
It was a lot, because anytime he sang that part, the only thing that popped in my head was JLo's song.
Yeah, it's allowed.
I get it. I just feel, not even about whether it's right or wrong, I feel that at times, take for example Burna Boy's last year, we know that he had sampled Tony Braxton's song, but it wasn't overpowering. I think that this one is a little overpowering.
It's just one line and it's overpowering. I don't agree with you.
I think maybe personally, or maybe because I know the original song. That was the minute I heard, I'm like, okay. And then I heard the song about 2 other times. I'm like, nice song, but that was the only thing that kept popping up in my head. But Anyway, maybe it's just finally, before we leave music, there's a lot of music. Yeah, Barry J has songs. DJ Spino has Nasisi and Ayana.
Yeah, it's a remix.
Power remix. It's of course it's Nasisi and it's DJ Spino. There was news yesterday that he's supposed to perform at MTV EMAs. I think that's
he's been playing some massive stages,
Yeah, I think that's really, really big for him, for his career. There's a DJ ASAP featuring Lil Cash. There's a Barry J song. There's Ola Deeps. There's a lot of songs. But before we leave, there is a Kaid, Zlatan and Rexy.
I like that song.
With Amala. It's not actually Amala. It's Amala.
It's Amala. Don't mind that. Because they were even eating Amala in the video.
It's Amala.
It's Amala.
Shout out to people that understand Yoruba. Amala. No, it's not Amala.
Why were they eating Amala in the video?
I don't know, but what they sang was Amala.
It's Amala. Don't mind that.
I think it's just
or me.
A typical Zlatan.
Nice flow. And interesting thing is the video that they posted. They said it was shot on an iPhone by Sydney Talker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't know Sydney Talker, is a skit maker, comedian, right? I can call him comedian too.
I think skit maker
qualifies him. Very interesting. And he had the guy that did the Marcella song too. Kata. He was in the video. No. Nice song. Nice street bop and all of that.
Exactly. Okay, so before we finally leave entertainment, I wanted to talk about something that everybody's been going on about for a few days now. This is 50 Cent, an American rapper and filmmaker. We know he's more of a filmmaker now than a rapper these days. Of his post, where it was actually his post, I think on Instagram, where he had posted that there was going to be a movie about Hushpuppy.
Or a series or something.
Or series. Let me put it. It says, for scammers, I got to do this one. Hushpuppy series coming soon.
Yeah. So it's going to be a mini series if he goes ahead to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's based on the life and times.
Life and times. Yeah. Wow. Life and times of a convicted Nigerian fraudster.
Nigerian-born, Dubai-based fraudster who is now fully convicted, so he's not alleged.
So it's not alleged anymore. But talking about that, I was going to ask something. At least now it's official that so we can talk about it. Looking back and looking at his social media. Okay, let me give you my own opinion on it. It was just something off. Like, am I the only one that felt like that? That you can't just be spending money like this and the money is legit. At least now we know it's not legit. So,
I am one for pushing the discourse to a point where we open our minds to look at things, right? But again, we also need to understand how a lot of things work. So take a look at the Forbes list of the richest people in the world, from top to bottom, or maybe the top 50 in the world, and check out the lifestyle of the rich and famous, because that's who they are, the rich and famous. And whenever you do that, you would hardly find them live the way Hushpuppy was.
Do you get? That's my own. Like,
so I agree with you.
There are a lot of people that have a lot of money.
Especially
don't get me wrong.
Especially when you look at the background now. Now, take a look at this amazing Nigerian guy that owns a car manufacturing company called Nord. I'm not sure it was from a multi-billionaire family.
Yeah.
But now he owns a multi-billion naira business. Do you understand? Take a look at other young Nigerian, Sujimoto, Nigerian guy
who
builds luxury apartments.
apartments.
Like if you look at this apartment, you're like, are you sure we're on Earth? I'm not even talking about Nigeria. Like that's how great these young men are. And if you look around you, there are a lot of them in the tech world, you know, in construction, like we've mentioned, in manufacturing and automobile and all. But guess what? They still don't live that kind of life. And they're young.
Like you see
So if we say that the rich and famous top 50 maybe from a older generation, these young Nigerians that I mentioned, they don't live. Or maybe they do. But at least they don't put it on social
media. Exactly. You know? Finally somebody understands.
So I totally get it when you talk about Hushpuppy and his lifestyle. Now a lot of Nigerian artists like him. He's their friend. They go hang out with him. It probably even, you know, so sorry about that. It probably even picks.
Oh yeah, you know, for a while we heard a lot of songs. There's some certain people that they will always be in their songs. Don't let us go there. You know, it's very very interesting. But because of 50 Cent's post, there's been a lot of backlash or feedback. Basically, let's just put it as feedback. As let me read out one where a former aide to the former president Reno Omokri has expressed his content concerning what 50 Cent wanted to do. Basically, he's talking about how this series will continually paint Nigeria in a bad light.
Let me quickly respond to what Reno Omokri has said. It is what it is, Reno. It is what it is.
There were people that, you know,
they have this kind of videos or series or movies about fraudsters in the US.
And we watch it. So yeah,
it is what it is. Yes, it will paint Nigeria. Oh yes, look, look, we live with that cross. It's a terrible cross to bear. Those of us, especially who are walking our behinds off, trying to make ends meet and project a positive picture or image, still get caught up in this old rot. But you cannot stop someone who has a creative process of putting out things from putting it out. The only thing you can do, you know, someone like Reno who has a massive platform where, you know, on social media he's big, you know, people know him a lot. What he needs to do is continue to project Nigeria in a positive light.
I agree with you.
And celebrate the ones that are doing good.
For me, the issue with this is that the fact that we see these things happen, they do all this sort of biopics or all this side of things about other people from other countries, and then we all sit down and watch it. Let's be honest with ourselves. There's no difference. The same way there is maybe something about Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, it's difficult for us as Nigerians.
But it is what it is.
Because we know that we're not fraudsters, right? Mm-hmm. But the fraudsters have gone ahead of us to do what they do.
They do.
So the narrative that we want to push is that not all Nigerians
this is just one person.
I like Hushpuppy.
Exactly.
Hushpuppy is just one in a million.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you doing where you are? You know, you're Nigerian or Nigerian descent, or you're married to a Nigerian, or you're Nigerian like me, full-blooded Nigerian. What are we doing? Project the positive also.
The positive,
you know, celebrate the ones that are doing good and let everything.
Let's move on from that. Yeah. Also, still talking about this matter, a Nigerian actor has a different perspective to it, and with her comment, it doesn't seem like she has a problem with the idea. She just has a spin to it. So Uche Jombo has now come out to say that 50 Cent needs to feature a Nigerian actor as a lead character in his proposed project.
You know, someone put a picture of 50 Cent and Hushpuppy together. Mm-hmm. I said, the cuckoo look alike. Like this cuckoo, like they actually do look alike.
Yeah.
You know, look at the facade and everything. So maybe 50 will play Hush. You know,
that's funny enough. I don't see that happening because even in his own movies, you don't see a lot of him.
You know, it was meant to be Cruz, right? Mm-hmm. So, but looking at what Uche Jombo has said, I support it. I like what she said because I'm not gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Now, you know what we've always complained about. I remember when Nollywood was still in its infant stage, and they do a movie. Nigerian Nollywood does a movie about someone who's just come back from America, or who's supposed to be American or foreign. And the guys you want to kind of, I'm like, hey,
calming down.
Calm
It's
down.
not hard.
That's not how it is. They don't even talk like that. You're picking that from God knows where. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same way I cringe
when
I see non-Africans or non-Nigerians,
and they come up with some funny accent. I'm like, no, we don't sound like that. Nope. Nope.
When we were really, really young, there was this cartoon that was big that we used to watch on NTA, and it was about a white kid that was in the jungle and all that. Then he met some Africans, and he was hungry, so they scraped the floor, and pure water came out. He drank. He had been thirsty. I can't even remember what the name of the series or the movie was, but it was a cartoon. And when he was hungry, they opened the back of a tree, and there was some
seeds.
Not seeds. You open like a fallen tree or God knows what, and there was some warm, like big things like bugs or whatever, and and they were like wangoro. Those were the exact. I can't call them words.
Okay, that sounds very familiar.
That was the exact sound they made.
Really familiar.
Wangoro. And the guy's like, what's that? He said, wanguru. And they put the bug thing and they put it in their mouth, and they ate it with relish. And he also had to do the same, and he liked it, and blah, blah, blah. And guess what? We don't live like that. That's one. Two, we don't talk like that.
We don't.
Most times when a movie is being shot by non-Africans portraying Africa, they try to just do what they think.
Whatever it is they
I don't get that. I've even seen African American comedians making those sounds too, and I'm like, yeah, it's cruise, right? It's just jokes, yeah. But at times
we don't sound like that.
You all need to chill. We really
like
don't sound like that.
Exactly.
So Uche Jombo asking for this to be done in a way that a Nigerian actor actually plays Ush.
Yeah, we see it a lot these days. I think that like you said, Nollywood is evolving in a very interesting way. We see that there is a lot more attention that is being paid to things like even from non-Nigerian movies. There's a lot more attention being paid to intonation and accent now. We see, thankfully, I think it was this movie, Viola Davis movie, The Woman King, where there had to be like Nigerian actors in the movie for you to sound a particular way. And also, even the ones that are not Nigerians, you will know that some extra effort, because you see people, Americans, try as much as possible to sound when they want to. Why they sound free by you see take for example an Idris Elba in the movie who is British. You see him sound perfectly like an American in the movie. So why can't you try as much as possible to sound exactly like a Nigerian? Yeah.
So Bukola Medubi says, I remember the movie Good Memories. Yeah, I know. You should. And that's our point really. At the end of the day, that if they're gonna make a movie about Hushpuppy, what Uche Jombo said stands.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the idea of watching, how do I say it now? Watching a Nigerian fraudster. But if it's going to be made, at least do it properly. That's it. So
get a few Nigerians on your set.
Yeah.
Also helping you with directing and research and all.
Exactly. Okay, so let's move on quickly from that, and let's do a little bit of I think it's good news. I don't know if it's good news or not, but I had written, there was a story that I had written I think about 2 days ago that Senegalese, I think we even spoke about it on Boombar.
Yeah.
Senegalese forward Sadio Mane was not going to the World Cup due to his injury he got, I think, around 15 minutes after he started playing for his club Bayern. And as luck would have it today, he's actually been named in the squad.
So I saw a story from a British newspaper online, and they're saying that Senegal will be using witch doctors and whatever to patch him up.
Honestly,
and getting ready for
to
the
be
World
honest
Cup.
with you, if it is possible at this point, I think that they need him.
Africa needs
him. We've seen what he did with AFCON. We saw what he did with the qualifiers. He literally carries that team.
Liverpool.
We see what he did with Liverpool. I think that even if he's not going to play, I think even for moral support, he's needed on that team. So he needs to go.
And again, the World Cup starts in a few days' time.
In a few days' time, exactly.
And since Nigeria did not qualify, I think the closest to us is Senegal.
Mm-hmm.
So
everybody else, nobody.
Abi?
Shout out to everybody else.
Is it not Senegal?
To me, Egypt is not going. The only people that have a chance at this thing is Senegal. So let's be honest.
I'm not even talking about chance. I think that's the only other country that's going now, Abi.
Ghana is going.
What's a Ghana?
Exactly.
What is
Exactly. I was expecting that reaction.
Senegal all the way. Woo,
so
woo.
that's what I'm saying. Like, to be honest, I feel that
Charlie Napleo. I support Ghana.
They've been drawn in Group A. We know that they're against the host, Netherlands and Ecuador. To me, in this whole group, I think that they can actually qualify. I think this is not I think the major issue they would have in this group, or the major competition, not like everybody else is that bad, but I think they're a very fantastic team. I think they're the only African team in the top 10 in the world. I think that Senegal, the only maybe major competition they will have in this group is Netherlands. But for me, this team looks like they can actually
they can do some
real
things,
good work at the World Cup. So yes, I hope that I'm really hoping that it doesn't just follow them, but he actually plays. But either way, I'm actually happy that he's going. And we know a lot of people have released their team list. Saying Brazil. One shocking person that I think did not go was Firmino. I'm like, why?
Who were they gonna drop for him?
I get it. I think that's the issue with Brazil, and I think it's the same thing with like an England team as well. There's so many people to pick from though. But I think for you, out of everybody, whatever person, I think I was really expecting Firmino to actually play was some. I think he's a very fantastic player, but of course he did not go. Also, we saw England. Gareth Southgate released his team list yesterday. There was a lot of back and forth, and shout out to Nigerians that did not go, and you thought that you were going to be picked and you did not get picked. Anyway, hello to what's it called, Bukayo Saka, my boy. The only thing is that please let's know what we are doing. Please let him just come back in one piece. Thank you very much. God will bless you all. That's the only thing.
Don't jinx it.
That's the only thing. Thank you very much. Also, I think that's it for that.
Music and sports.
And on music and sports. Now, we're going to be delving a little bit on something that we had spoken about 2 days ago. And I think that I like the fact that these warnings keep coming. So you can't say that. It's not just somebody tweeting it. It's the government putting these things out there. So you can't say you are deaf. Because if you are, how do I explain it now? If you can download these apps, to a large extent, it means that you have a smartphone. Because people that don't have smartphones don't have to worry a lot about all these things that we're talking about people stealing your data, about the apps you download and all. You don't have a problem with it if you don't even have a phone. Or you don't even have a smartphone, yeah? So for you to have a smartphone, to a large extent, we're guessing that there's some level of social media on your phone. So you should at least get a lot of these messages. Another message today, a few days ago, it was about some apps that steal data of your phone. There was they had reeled all these things out, which we had talked about extensively 2 days ago. But The NTC, the Nigeria Communications Commission, has also now warned Nigerians to remove 5 Google Chrome extensions on their phone and laptops immediately.
Please pay attention to this. Even if you're not Nigerian and you're watching us or listening to us, if you have any of these extensions on your phone and you're worried about people trying to steal your
information, these are
the extensions you need to take off.
Yeah, so for one of it is McAfee Mobile. I did not even know there was McAfee Mobile. So Netflix Party and Netflix Party 2.
So quickly on Netflix Party 2, Netflix Party, they've actually changed their name. And wow. So 7 days ago,
so a lot of people might not even
Netflix
know.
Party, it's a Google Chrome extension, became Teleparty.
So
Teleparty.
know that also.
So what that extension does is that it allows you to have to watch Netflix online with your friends virtually. You know, it's like a virtual Netflix party where you're watching Netflix together in different places, but at the same time, you understand. So they changed to Teleparty, but the Nigerian Communications Commission is saying that
like you should take it off.
You need to be careful
completely,
you know, and beware of this extension.
Exactly. Another extension is full page screenshots capture screenshotting. Wow, why do I want to download something this?
See,
anyway,
if you do a lot of techie things or you do a lot of social media, you would need some of these extensions. Like I had downloaded an app, a screen recording app. I used it and I deleted it
immediately. Yeah,
I wanted to still have it, but I had to delete it because I started checking.
I think what happens is that we never really read.
I started checking out stuff and I'm like, no,
yeah.
You don't need to have this app on your phone.
We don't. That's a problem. Also, there is Flip Shop Price Tracker extension and auto buy flash sales. So the NCC is telling everybody right now that if you have these extensions, you definitely need to that they have a high probability of damage potential. And they said according to Nigeria, it has been downloaded more than 1.4 million times in Nigeria and serves as access to steal users' data. So please check out.
Be careful.
Be warned. Very, 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 very careful with the things that we download. And at times those things just pop up and you're like, oh, this thing looks nice. But you know,
even someone trusted sends it to you. Just be wary.
Let's just be careful with these things. Now, before we go quickly, I wanted to talk about before we talk a bit of politics quickly. Before we get to that, there's a story that's been going round about a particular lady that had plunged herself into the Lagos Lagoon. The talk is that, I don't know how true it is, but that she has been rescued. That she was rescued. But on further investigation, it said that the driver of the cab where she was alleged that she was in a heated argument with her fiance when she was in his vehicle. And they said that she's an official of the Department of State Services, that she's staff there, that she even got a commendation from the director as the best unarmed combat operative in her set.
Yeah, and I'm just going to use that opportunity to reach out to anybody that knows somebody or who is actually listening to us or watching us now, that suicide is not always it's not even an option.
Whatever it is that
it's not an option.
Whatever is happening,
you know, whatever you do, whatever you're going through, please reach out, ask, you know, for help, ask for advice. We are in partnership with a group, and there are several other support groups out there who are helping people with suicidal tendencies and depression and all other cases of mental health illnesses, issues and all. So if you're online now, you're listening to me, supineng.com. That's SURPINNG.com. SURPINNG.com. lobbies.com, you will find a lot of resource and contact details of people that you can reach out to them, because yes, at times you feel that this particular feeling is the right way, but it turns out to be, the end, and you're not coming back from that. So please don't kill yourself, don't take your life. And we know that, and again, don't judge people, don't blame them. The lady that's done what she's done needs help, not condemnation. She needs help. You could also send them a message on Facebook. Just search for loot.supine on Facebook, or at supineng. That's SURPINNNG, PINNG on Twitter and Instagram. That's SURPINNG. And on Sunday at 7 p.m. we're gonna have a Twitter Spaces with them, and we'll be talking about aging, because this again are some of the things that
affect people.
Yeah, so people need to understand these things. Let me leave it there.
Okay, so quickly, something I want to talk about that has been making the round since yesterday, and it is an interview of Governor Soludo.
Yeah.
And where Governor Soludo had alleged that former Governor Peter Obi, and presidential candidate of the Labour Party, where there's always been talks of an investment that he made in a company that was worth a different amount, and then I don't want to call amounts because there's been conflicting stories and all about that and all. And now the current governor of Anambra State has now alleged that this said investment is worth next to nothing. I watched that video, and I'm like, it sounded very, because of course someone that is a former governor of the CBN shouldn't just be speaking gibberish.
So a bit of further background, it didn't really play out like that. He was talking about his budget and his plans for Anambra. Going forward and everything, and it was Seun Okibalo of Channel
that
7
asked him a
that actually
question.
asked the question and led to the investment and everything. And he actually told Seun that look, that he's not here to talk about Peter Obi or any other former governor. He's actually here to talk about his own plans to move the state forward, which it was really being careful, like he didn't really want to talk about it. But having said that yes, that the investment is virtually what next to nothing now. Now, in a clap back by supporters of Peter Obi, some of them have said that it's not Peter Obi's fault, that what he did was invest on behalf of the state, and that the federal government had messed things up with their policies that made the investment worth next to nothing, like Soludo was saying. Some people are saying that that Soludo is so pained, and that's why he said, some people got personal with Governor Soludo of Anambra. So I'm just trying to present different angles to it. Yeah. To it, I'm not giving out my own opinion. In my own opinion, okay, then one of the reasons why Peter Obi's supporters are really angry is that he went ahead to talk about
how you make investments,
why saving money is not necessarily a way to move the state forward and everything. And I think that really got Peter Obi supporters angry, and they're thinking that he's coming for their principle or their
I just personally feel that moving forward we should actually have like proper what's the word now, conversations, because it is honest that yes, did he make savings? Was it the best thing to do? Maybe not. We've seen how I sent a video a while ago
with the benefit of
hindsight. I seen a while ago where I think the former Lagos State governor was talking about how there was Paris fund money that was paid, that it did not make sense at that point in time, that different angles to different things, which obviously has nothing to do with Peter Obi. It's somebody else. Everybody has different things, but maybe some of these things is really about moving forward. For someone that wants to be president, maybe it's time to look back and say, okay, these are things that I did. Maybe now it probably should be done a different way. At times, that's where I see it. At times, it's not about maybe because someone does not like you or someone likes you, maybe it is actually something to actually look to and say, we're all human beings. We all have issues that nobody's Jesus. So,
and talking about that, we had here Ajuri Ngelale of the APC. It was our guest virtually, and that was on Monday. And on Wednesday, we would have Agba Jalingo. He's a public affairs analyst, is a journalist, and is strongly affiliated to the AAC.
The AAC presidential
which is a Shower's party.
Yeah, so he too will be
and
here.
On Friday, we're going to have another guest again, another public affairs analyst. So, and again, the Peter Obi movement is going to be here too. So we're just trying to let you know
that there's a lot going on. Quickly, finally, before everybody's sake, I just wanted to say that the Independent National Electoral Commission has today begun displaying voters' register for the 2023 elections.
Where will people see the register?
They specifically have done this in Ebonyi State. They started in Ebonyi State. Then you're supposed to go to your polling unit, your ward that is supposed to be posted in each ward and each polling unit to know which polling unit you registered, to know where you would vote. It is I think it's a 14-day exercise according to the law.
Right.
So it's a few days. So you need to do that and do that. Now we know that these things we like last minute, and then you now here extend this thing. There are timetables to it. I would implore everybody.
There's a serious timeline.
Let's stick to what is on ground, and then we abide by the rules and regulations. And on that note, that is all we're able to take today on the Boom Bar. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for
I want to leave a number if you don't mind.
Please go ahead.
This number is for the Suicide Research and Prevention Group, Supine, and it's part of what we had talked about earlier. It's a toll-free number that you can call if you need to speak to someone about depression or any mental health issues.
Toll free, like you don't get paid.
It's toll free. So it's plus 234 8000787746. I'll just take it one more time before we leave. Plus 234 8000787746.
Okay. So that you have it. We'll be back again on Monday at 3 p.m. West African time for a wonderful show again. But from now, please enjoy your weekend.